We'll have 6 questions. We'll jump right in. You have 60 seconds, roughly 60 seconds to answer these 6 questions. So 60 seconds on these. Question number 1, we will start. Bo Hatchett will be the first person to answer this one. You all will have turns answering these in the order that we're drawing. Question number 1, the preponderance of businesses in our state, and specifically in Jackson County, are small employers with 25 or fewer employees. Do you have a strategy to help them both generally and specifically to jumpstart them to stimulate our economy as we cautiously reopen after the pandemic? Bo?
Thank you. I've spoken with several small business owners. I come from a long line of small business owners, and we're hurting right now. One of the great things about this district, about this state, about this country is we're innovative, we're hardworking, and I believe that President Donald Trump has done a great job with a plan on how to stimulate the economy. I know the economy is going to be open in phases, and I believe that the government and with President Donald Trump leading has done a great job paving the way and giving us the tools that we need to reopen. I think it's going to be a little different when we do reopen, and I think we're equipped well enough now, and with our knowledge from the virus and how to protect ourselves and protect Americans, with social distancing and proper sanitation. I think we're going to do a great job reopening the economy, and I look forward to the next few weeks.
Thank you, Bo. Dan Gassaway, you're next.
Great, thank you. It's a tough question because I'm sure 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago when everybody decided to run for this office, nobody dreamed this was going to happen. I have enough experience to know that this is a cataclysmic event for the state budget. And what we're going to have to do is seek tremendous federal support for these small businesses beyond what's already been put forward by the president. And I'm sure the president's going to bring that forward. We're going to have to work on reducing red tape so that our small businesses, for example, a lot of our recyclers, for example, have regulations that have been put on them that are more strict than Alabama, more strict than South Carolina. We're going to have to look at every single small business and remove whatever regulation we can that is frivolous, that is hurting their ability to be competitive, because we're in a 5-year recovery. And I'm very concerned that the liberals are going to see this as an opportunity to dive for tax increases. And that's what your next state senator is going to have to fight, because he's going to take office after we hopefully are recovered or on our way to recovery. He's going to have to fight the liberal trial lawyers in Atlanta wanting to raise your taxes and bring litigation forward to attack our senior homes. Nursing homes are going to be under attack. We're really going to have to watch the trial lawyers, because they're going to break this state because of this crisis. And that's what your state senator needs to be working on. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Andy Garrison is up now.
Very good. Many of our businesses here in the county and throughout our region, to jumpstart them, I would say we need to open up more monies in our small business development programs, like the economic injury disaster loans. We need to have more money out there to help these businesses. We also, I would agree that we need to streamline the process. I think more money should be given to those businesses that are 50 employees or less. And also, I think this pandemic has given us the opportunity to look at new resources. This virus hasn't defined us. It's basically redefines the way we get things done. We need to educate our employers and our employees with new skills, and we need to help with the infrastructure that we can bring people in and out of our businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Stacey Hall is next.
Thanks, Tim. Well, this is certainly an important issue, and I'm a small business owner. My wife and I own a family business, and I don't think one shoe fits all in this situation. I've talked to many businesses throughout our district, and they are struggling. But I want to be careful that government is not always the answer, right? Throughout our history as a country, one thing that you can always count on is the American ingenuity, hard work, grit, and American spirit. And I think that many times the government just needs to get out of the way. We need to make it easier. We need to streamline the process, get rid of the bureaucratic red tape, certainly help our businesses. But in fact, I believe one of the best ways to help our businesses is to get government out of the picture. Certainly, we need to be compassionate and help in specific ways that we can that make sense for that unique business. But by and large, just get out of the way and make things a little bit easier. I was honored this past week to be selected by our local Chamber of Commerce to serve on the local task force for recovery for a lot of our businesses. And that's in part as my role as chairman of the Habersham County Commission, but also as a business owner, my relationship with a lot of these businesses. I think employment, rehiring people as quick as possible is going to be one of the keys. And there may need to be some assistance in being able to rehire quickly. But when we talk about handing more and more and more money out, then as a conservative, that's going to come through taxes. So there's also got to be a little bit of balance there. But certainly want to help these businesses that have had it really rough, and being able to employ folks very quickly and streamlining the process is going to be a big part to a very quick recovery. But thanks for asking that question.
Thank you, Stacy. Tricia Lynn Heiss is next. And let me, any of y'all, if you forget the question or want me to repeat it about halfway down the list for each one, let me know and I'll be happy to do that.
Well, as a small business owner, I will tell you that I am in the trenches. A lot of the people and small business owners that I have spoken with have said that their revenue has been depleted greater than 50% over the past 6 weeks. I will tell you that the small business that my husband and I own have experienced significant decreases in our revenue stream. And so I totally understand. I have served on 2 statewide committees, being the Georgia Properties Commission as well as the Georgia Building Authority. I serve with our Habersham County Chamber of Commerce on the Governmental Affairs Committee, and also on the Habersham County Task Force, Recovery Task Force, to assist with our small businesses. And let me tell you what we're doing. We are focusing on small businesses that are reinventing themselves. Benjamin Franklin once said, God helps those who help themselves. And what we are doing is we are focusing on small businesses who are thinking outside of the box, who are reimagining themselves, reinventing themselves, publishing themselves and pushing themselves out into the community. Much like Jackson County, all of Senate District 50 does focus on tourism and bringing tourists into the area. Well, we're working on virtual tourism. We're working towards the future of, okay, this is how we can manage today, but we are building the blocks to be able to reopen our doors into the future. Less regulation, get the government off the backs of the people, but let's have some partnerships going on. There needs to be a bridge between our state Senate and our local and municipal governments in order to provide education, resources, and support. I do want to give a huge shout out to the University of Georgia Small Business Division. They are doing a remarkable job in providing great webinars and information. We, as a part of the chamber, are certainly using those in order to help and assist our local businesses. And I know that together, by working together with reducing regulations, by allowing opening doors of the things that have happened now with the regulations that have been bypassed, we will build a better and brighter tomorrow.
Thank you, Tricia. Lee Moore is up.
Jackson County has been blessed over the last several years with tremendous industrial growth as well as residential growth. And I feel like over the last 10 years, as being on the Franklin County Industrial Development Authority, we've seen how well Jackson County has been able to attract, keep, and continue to grow tremendous industry as well as residential business. I feel like what the state should do as far as leadership is present opportunity zones for the county, as well as work with the economic director, economic development authority of that county, as well as the commission chairman, the commissioners, mayor, city councilmen, the leadership involved, because they know what's best for the county, would be a liaison and make government smaller. Government needs to get out of the way for this kind of growth. And we need to be prepared to do that, but be the liaison to help them out in the matters that need for their growth and to get back on the route that they were in and this economy was in just a few short weeks ago. We've been devastated. I'm a small business owner as well, and it's very, very, it's scary the times we're in, but with great leadership and less regulations, good things can come for this. But it's not going to take, it's going to take more than a few months. It's going to take, 15 to 24 months before we see anything changing. And I feel like, we need to all work together from the bottom to the top as far as government and make it smaller for everybody to succeed.
Thank you, Lee. All right. Great job, guys, on question number 1.